welcome to my channel. My name is Cindy and I love makeup, so this is going to be a makeup channel mainly. So today I did an everyday glam look and I did go with a purple theme. I didn't plan on going with a purple theme, but eventually that's what I did. And then you're gonna see in the video that I ended up changing my lip color. When I first did this, my lip was like a pinky color. I decided to change it just because I feel like it was a little bit too light for my skin tone, so I went in with this instead, and I feel like this is much better and it goes with the look better as well. I used the Kat Von D Kiss Studded Lipstick in Homegirl, so it's like a very dark purple color. I didn't go in with it with layers. I just stained it a little bit because it would have been so much darker than this. It's almost black if you put layers on. I stained my lips a little bit to get that purple look. I love lip gloss. I'm totally a lip gloss girl. Over top of it, I went in with the Too Faced Lip Injection Glossy Plumping Lip Gloss. So if you guys want to see how I got the rest of this look, just stay tuned. Hey guys, so I actually lost the footage of me doing my brows, so I'm going to name all the products I used before I started my foundation. So to prime my face, I used the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Primer and Setting Spray. Then I went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in Ebony with an Urban Studio Angled Eyebrow Brush, starting with the darker shade on the right side for the tail of my brow and the lighter shade on the left side for the body of my brow. To carve out my brows, I used the Sephora Make No Mistake High Coverage Concealer in 14 Anise with a Morphe 421 brush. And to set my brows, I used the Roller Lash by Benefit. For foundation, we're starting with the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Foundation in Deep Olive 18.5 with a Sephora Pro Foundation 47 brush to blend that in. Spot conceal and to conceal my dark circles, we're using the Sephora Make No Mistake High Coverage Concealer in 14 Anise again with that same Morphe 421 brush. And I'm also using this concealer to prime my lids for eyeshadow. So I do have a little baby who started crying when I was recording this, so I went to go get her and I wanted to show you guys. Okay, hold that thought.
Hello, say hello to the friends. Yeah, say hi. You done crying?
We're using the NYX Conceal, Correct, and Contour palette. I'm using shade number 3, which is a pink and yellow undertoned concealer to highlight underneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and my chin. I'm also using it to conceal underneath where I'm going to contour to sharpen my contour. I'm using a Real Techniques contour brush to pat that in from my inner to outer corners. Going back into our NYX palette with the shade number 5 this time. This one is a very, very yellow undertone concealer, so I'm just using a little bit to give my concealer a little bit of a more of a yellow undertone. And then we're going back into the NYX palette again to cream contour using the shade number 4. I'm going down my cheekbones, on my forehead a little bit, and then also on my jawline to sharpen my jaw. We're going in with the Real Techniques Expert Base Brush to pat that in. I like using circular motions on my cheekbones to blend that in seamlessly, and then patting motions on my forehead and on my jaw as well. To blend everything in really well and make sure there are no harsh lines and everything's seamless, I go back and forth with my Sephora Pro Foundation 47 brush and the Expert Face brush from Real Techniques, just to make sure everything is nice and blended. To set everything down, I'm using the Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder with my e.l.f. blush brush. I love this powder because it has really good setting power. It can set down the most creamiest and greasiest concealers and foundations. And I'm using the Morphe E8 brush and the Real Techniques brush to blend in my concealer before I set, so I'm not setting and increasing. So I'm also using this powder pretty much all over my face to make sure everything is set, since I'm using such creamy foundations and concealers. So now I'm going in with the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Powder Foundation in Cappuccino 47 with that same e.l.f. blush brush and also an Eco Beauty large powder brush as well. I'm using it to go over that Laura Mercier powder because it kind of washes me out, and I'm also using it to set my face as well. Now I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in 40 Dark to set my contour, to also bronze a little bit, and I'm using a Calo 402 blush brush to do this. So for eyeshadow, we're going into our Morphe 35 V palette, and I'm using the shade Vixen with a Still Spot Essentials Fluffy Crease Brush for my transition shade and for my overall base lid shade as well. So I'm starting going in from my inner to outer corner, back and forth to build that shade up. It kind of looks like it's not showing, but trust me, this shade is very necessary. I'm now going into the shade In the Zone with a Real Techniques base shadow brush. I'm using this to start some definition in the outer corner of my eye there. So I'm just going in a small V-shaped pattern back and forth, and also on my bottom lash line as well. And I'm dragging it into my crease just a little bit to build that shade up. Now I'm going in with the shade Risque with the Eco Beauty Flat Base Shadow Brush. I'm putting that on the inner half of my lid as my lid shade. And I'm going back in with that first brush I used to make sure everything is nice and blended. I'm also going back with In the Zone with that same Real Techniques brush just to blend that in nicely with Risque. I'm going in now with the Tarte Tartelette palette, and I'm using the shade Bombshell with this Eco Beauty Fluffy Crease brush. I'm using this shade to deepen our outer corner shade and to give ourselves a little bit more definition. I'm also concentrating this shade on a smaller area, and I'm focusing it closer to my lash line. And I'm using this brush to blend everything in nicely. We're still in our Tartelette palette, and we're using the shade Caregiver now with the Eco Beauty Flat Base Shadow Brush, just to lighten up that first shade that I put on the inner half of my eye. Going on my bottom lash line as well here. We're going back into our Morphe palette using the shade Addicted with our Real Techniques Base Shadow Brush, and I'm using that to blend everything in furthermore. Going in with our Sephora Long Lasting Eyeliner in 01 Black. This one is the felt tip. I'm a brush tip girl, but there were no brush tips and I really needed eyeliner. So I'm drawing that line and I'm winging it up, and then I go in from the bottom to connect it, and then I fill it in. I'm using the Roll Lash by Benefit again to do my mascara. This is my all-time favorite mascara. Going into the shade List with our Eco Beauty Flat Base Brush to highlight my inner corners and my brow bone. Going into this MAC blush in Burnt Pepper with a random blush brush that I don't know the name of. I'm going on my cheekbones and also my nose as well. And I'm using this Eco Beauty Fluffy Foundation Brush to blend everything in. Going back into List in the Morphe palette to give my nose a little bit of highlight. And then also my inner corners again apparently, and then also my cheekbones. For lipstick, we're using the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Lolita. And now we're using the MAC lipstick in Velvet Teddy. So I'm now going in with the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Lip Gloss in Darling. We're now using the Tarte Rainforest of the C4-in-1 Setting Mist to set my face, and that is the finished look, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and leave a like and comment if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.